This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome everybody to the 5A state tournament on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City Crossings Christian, our first of the day. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with Coach Lenny Hatchett of Del City. Let's go to him now.
Okay, Coach, 9 a.m. tip-off. How's your team looking?
I like the way we're looking. Everybody was on time, alert, ready to play, and we're excited about being here, ready to play.
One thing Crossings is known for, they got a couple big post players in Parker and Woodson. What's important in defending those two?
Just stay locked in. We got to stay disciplined on the game plan and execute it defensively and offensively, and then go from there.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, so as you heard, that was Coach Lenny Hatchett, coach of the defending 5A state champion Del City Eagles, as they take on the Crossings Christian Knights here at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you. Settle in. We're going to be with you all day on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We've got an absolute day ahead of us. 6 games on our airwaves today on OSN. It's going to be audio-only broadcast today. That's NFHS rules. But we are very excited to be here, Jordan and I, all day long on the Oklahoma Sports Network. There we are, here at the LNC. About to do national anthems, I think, and lineups and stuff. Are we going to do national anthems? I don't know. I think the teams are lined up.
That's the first game, so we...
I would imagine so. Yeah. It's going to be a day, Jordan. We've got 6 games on our airwave today, and what better way to start than with the defending 5A champs, obviously, here in the Del City Eagles.
Can't wait. This the fact that this is a rematch, 2 West Side teams, makes it very unique. And we'll go and take a quick break here. We'll come back, and we'll have the starting lineups and more.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
All right, back at the Lloyd Noble Center, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on OSN. Let's go and dive into the starting lineups here for our first game of the day, presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Coffin specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Starting lineups first for the Crossings Christian Knights. Are going to be the road team today at the Lloyd Noble Center. Number 1 is Cal Furnish. He's a 6-foot junior. Number 14 is Cam Parker, a 6'7 junior. Number 23, Matt Goodell, a 6'1 senior. Number 24, Evan Krotz, a 5'11 senior. And then the big man, Phoenix Woodson, number 30, a 6'8 sophomore. Crossings Christian coached by Sean Shank. Del City Eagles, who are going to be the home team today, starting 5 for the Eagles. Number 3 is Kentrell Thurston. He's a 5'10 senior. Number 5, Michael Graham, a 6'2 senior. Number 10, Deshaun McAllister, a 6'3 junior. Number 11, Deshaun McCarroll, a 6-foot senior. And number 44, Tavon Johnson, a 6'4 junior. And the Eagles are, of course, coached by Lenny Hatchett. So, Jordan, I mean, when we left this thing last year, Del City won the championship. I I think we weren't really sure if they'd be back here. They're replacing their entire starting five, and yet here they are again, 3 wins away from going back-to-back. What a job by Coach Hatchett and his staff this year to get this team back to this point.
I've said before, maybe his best coaching job, and he's gotten Del City to state every year. That streak stays intact in a year where it may have been somewhat in doubt, and is especially in doubt when they lost to Crossings. And this is a unique thing, Josh. This is not East versus West. This is 2 West teams that already played for a regional championship. And Del City has to be excited about a chance to right the wrong after losing a rare home playoff game to Crossings a few weeks ago.
So we're just about set to get it going. First of 6 today on OSN. Settle in. It's going to be a day. The opening tip is won by Crossings Christian. They're going right to left from our vantage point here courtside at the Lloyd Noble Center. Knights are in their road red with red numbers on the front and back. Del City in the home whites with the black eagles across the chest and the black numbers. First shot for the Knights doesn't go, and the Eagles have it going back the other way.
They went inside right away, did Crossings. Tavon Johnson made a good defensive stand against Parker.
Kick out here. This is Michael Graham with the ball for the Eagles. He hands it off on the right side. Kick underneath to McCarroll. Turnaround shot for Deshaun. McCarroll won't go. Rebound pulled in by Goodell. So both teams empty on their first trips down the floor. Here at the LNC, the very early tip you talked about with Coach Hatchett. How do the teams handle that 9 a.m. start? Sometimes just who handles it better, the difference, as a 3 in the corner here does not go for Krotz.
And Krotz shot that from the college 3. He needs to know that he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, adjustment for sure here at the LNC. McCarroll in the corner. As we just get about a minute in here, just getting started. Kentrell Thurston hands off to Graham for 3. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by Furnish.
He shot that from farther out than he had to.
That'll be an adjustment for these guys as Furnish down the lane. Kicks out Goodell on the wing. His 3 come off the side of the rim. That one looked a little deep too. Rebound though for Parker. An offensive board. Putback is good. That's what Crossings will do with the big Cam Parker and Phoenix Woodson. And there's your first putback as the Knights are on the board first.
3 missed threes, and it's important if threes are going to be shot and attempted that you get the long rebounds because those can be missed long.
Thurston has it on the wing. He hands it off to Michael Graham. Graham off a screen from Johnson. Pass in the corner, now driving the baseline. Thurston takes some contact and a foul before the shot. That'll be our first foul of the day.
So Thurston will be the one guarding Cal Furnish. And, of course, he's the all-everything guard for Crossings. But I'm sure we'll see a lot of different Eagles on them. They have a lot of quick guards. At some point, Michael Graham for Del City needs to start getting to the basket.
Long inbound passes, jumped and stolen by Goodell. Good anticipation is going to lead to an easy fast break bucket for Furnish and a 4-0 start for the Knights. So sloppy inbound there leads to an easy bucket for Crossings.
Yeah, they just assumed Crossings wouldn't even go for that steal, and they did. And that you cannot have that in these state championship games. It's turnovers that lead to easy layups.
McCarroll at the free throw line. Pass in the corner, gives it up to McAllister. He'll drive the baseline. Left-hand shot won't go. A rebound pulled in by Parker. And another empty trip. So the Eagles' offensive possession's not real comfortable so far. Parker, meanwhile, just bullying his way to the rim. He's going to be hitting foul. That's an offensive foul.
Offensive.
Wow.
That's so important. If Tavon Johnson stays in this game and avoids fouls, and if you can get one of the bigs for Crossings in foul trouble, that would be significant. So far, everything else has gone Crossings' way. Problem on that last attempt for Del City is McAllister's just not a good finisher right now in his offensive game. That's why it's important that Michael Graham and probably McCarroll get to the basket.
Speaking of Graham, here he is, but he has his pocket picked by Furnish. Leads to a fast break opportunity to the rim, and he's hit and fouled. So Cal Furnish, who was just a nightmare for Carl Albert last week when they punched their ticket to the state tournament, that game was on OSN, is off to a good start here in the state tournament against the Eagles.
The defense for Crossings has been the biggest story so far as they've gotten a basket in transition. And now these free throws, these Toonie Bice-House's free throws, first one, though, missed. And Del City can't get anything going on offense.
Toonie buys houses, the free throw sponsor, like Jordan said. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call us today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Split the trip for Furnish, 5-0 early lead for the Knights here about 2:45 into this first quarter.
And Michael Graham dribbled into no man's land on that last one.
Johnson for 3, side of the rim, no good. Just left it a little short. And the Knights have it going back to the direction again. Here's Goodell. Rocket pass in the corner to Krotz. Feeds it off to Furnish for three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Parker. Kick out, open look for Krotz. Side of the rim, no. Rebound, Woodson, but a whistle and a foul before the shot on Woodson. And that'll be big if Del City wants to try and limit that offensive rebounding, maybe getting some of these big guys in some foul trouble. And there's one early one on Woodson.
So far, all the threes have been attempted from the college line.
It's hard. It's hard mentally.
Yeah.
So 3 early fouls on Crossing, something to keep an eye on. One more to give before putting Del City in the bonus. 4:40 to go in the first. 5-0 lead for the Knights. Driving here is Graham, has his shot blocked, but they're going to say got some arm, did Goodell. And there you go. That's 4 fouls on Crossings already, and some free throws coming up here for Michael Graham.
They're going to say Goodell got all ball, but somebody as well, because he did get all ball, but there was contact.
How much easier is it for you to make that call here courtside as opposed to normally we sit a little further?
Yes.
We're right on the action here. The first free throw is good for Graham.
Doesn't mean we should just criticize the refs, but we're in a better position to criticize the refs if we want to.
I want to thank our first quarter sponsor while we have a break here, Sherpa Moving. Sherpa Moving is a local full-service moving company. They offer packing, unpacking, and special handling services. Their team is experienced and knowledgeable. They'll help you get through what is usually a difficult time. Sherpa Moving for all your moving needs. 401 West 33rd Street in Edmond. Give them a call at 405-724-8750. Both free throws are good. 5-2 Del City on the board. Parker loses it into the backcourt, but it was deflected, so no backcourt violation. And now what's the call here?
A foul maybe on Thurston, yep. That made free throws, those made free throws very important for Del City to get on the scoreboard by Michael Graham, but also gave Del City a chance to set up their press, and they got a deflection. They just couldn't get the steal. Again, Thurston guarding Furnish.
Nice ball movement leads to a good look for Woodson underneath, but he's hit and fouled. So Phoenix Woodson will get some free throws. So early on, officiating crew in this first game calling things pretty tight. That's already 7 fouls in not even a half a quarter. And some free throws coming for the big 6'8" sophomore, Phoenix Woodson.
So Del City blitzed on Furnish when he was using a ball screen against Woodson. Parker. Parker was open. He got the ball at the top of the key, and then it was just good big-to-big passing as Woodson made himself big underneath. Again, that's a problem for Del City. They don't have 2 guys that have the size of a Parker and Woodson. Woodson, of course, misses the free throw. That's one thing that could keep Del City in it. Crossings can struggle from the free throw line sometimes.
Split the trip. He does hit the second one, so it's 6-2 Knights as we near the midway point of this first quarter. First of 8 games here at the LNC. First of 6 on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All 6 Mid-Del teams made it to state, which is unbelievable. And we're pumped to bring it all to you all weekend long as a deflection, another turnover here for the Eagles. Leads to a fast break opportunity. 3 in the corner for Furnish. Oh, what a friendly roll. It rattled around for a full couple of seconds there and ends up going down. Our first Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 ball, and it's got the Knights up by a touchdown early, 9-2.
Del City is just too reckless with the ball. They're not respecting Crossing's ability to get deflections there. Almost another steal, but they're going to call it kick ball. As Crossing's adjusting to their foul situation, a good decision by their coach to go to a 3-2 zone. So now you want to try to throw the ball into the high post, but you still have to be careful that the pass gets deflected. And Del City not going to their bench yet, but
Crossings
couple
will.
Of these guards, Crossings going to their bench first. A couple of these guards for Del City are not strong enough for the ball at the moment.
Parker and Goodell come out into the game for Crossings. Braden Buckingham, number 12, and Jonah Kelly, number 25. Crossings will go deep into their bench. We saw that against Carl Albert.
So
Coach Shank will play 10 guys pretty easily. 3 for Graham, rims off. Rebound pulled in by Woodson. That's what he does, gobble up rebounds. And the Knights have it going back the way. We're off to a great start, leading 9-2. Here's Furnish at the elbow. Drives on his man, can't quite finish it. Good job defensively by Thurston, not giving him anywhere to go. And the Eagles have it back the other way. Sullivan hit a shot. Only 2 points came at the line.
That is a foul on the perimeter.
Free throws.
Michael Graham is only one scoring for Del City with 2 free throws. He should be getting one here, right?
Should be a couple of free throws. Yeah, that's the 5th foul on Crossing. So this should be foul shots for Graham with exactly 3 minutes. Nobody's realized it yet.
It says 5 under Crossings.
Unless the board is incorrect.
They're Finally going to stop
Now
it,
they
I think.
realized, I think.
And Graham knows it. He's going to the line without being told.
We do have a first sub here for Del City, as it looks like McAllister's going to come out, and we're going to get, is it Meshon Graham in the game for the first time?
Michael Graham's younger brother. Now, he's not going to come out and shoot threes, but he can mix it up more inside, and that has a lot of value. Crossings is going with a smaller lineup with Parker out. Not that much smaller. Jonah Kelly still got some size to him.
First free throw good for Graham. Rebounding an early big difference, 7-3 on the boards in favor of the Knights so far. And you mentioned the turnovers, 3 steals for Crossings 5 minutes in.
And that's been like, I think, 5 of their points, a couple of trips to the free throw line and a 3. And this is not something Del City's used to their last 3 games. None of their opponents have been able to force those type of turnovers.
So 2 for 2 at the line for Graham. Makes it 9-4. By the way, there is an outrageous number of Crossings Christian students here. Thursday at 9 a.m. They had to have been let out of school.
This is new to them. Well, not Macon State's not new, but being here in 5A.
Sure.
They made state last year in 4A.
A lot of Del City contingent here as well. But that Crossing student section, which is behind the basket here at this end that Del City's shooting out right now, is just a sea of Knights. Back the other way. Here's Furnish in the corner. 3 for Kelly. Air balls it long. Pulled in by Thurston. He'll run. Here's Kentrell Thurston going all the way down the court. Coast to coast. Can't finish. Rebound, though, by the younger of the 2 Grahams. He'll put it back and got it.
That's what he's really good for. He made a big impact in their Guthrie game, did Meshon Graham, getting offensive rebound and putbacks. And he's gotten Del City within a basket, within a made 3, that is.
Nice second chance bucket, making an instant impact is Meshon Graham. Here's a 3 for Furnish, way deep, left it short.
He shouldn't be shooting that deep. No one should be.
And we're going back the other way. Like you said, Eagles could tie it with a triple despite the slow start. Only down 1 score. Underneath, nice pass to Johnson. Turnaround shot won't go. Rebound Woodson, who just continues to rack up the rebounds here in this first quarter. Racing back the direction, here's Krotz across the lanes. We run under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter.
Here the Crossings coach tell Phoenix to cut, Phoenix Woodson, but he had his moment, didn't get there in time. Now Del City's defense is set up.
Furnish hands it off to Krotz, who's being guarded by Johnson, trying to shake him in the corner to Kelly. And a travel. So Meshon Graham, who was right on him, kind of forced that travel. Doing some nice things off the bench right now.
And we're kind of seeing Del City shorten their bench because McAllister's coming back in for McCarroll. So we're not seeing that 7th player yet. We've only seen one really actual bench player come in for Del City.
Here comes another one.
That's
right
about
as
to
you say
change.
that. As Amadre Sanders, a senior off the bench.
He's someone you want against the zone.
Final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Fun start to this one. 9-6 lead for Crossings Christian in this 5A quarterfinal. Round the horn to the top, Michael Graham. He'll pump fake. Now he'll fire from way deep. Clackums. Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-ball. That was a college 3, right with the defender in his face, and he knocked it down.
That's an NBA 3.
Yeah, that was way out there.
Well, you don't mind as much when it goes in. And another travel. That's where Del City pressing after a make. That's the value of scoring, is how it can set up your defense. And now we're starting to see Del City's team speed impact Crossings. The fact that they've come back and tied this game already in the quarter is a huge development for Del City. Now Amadre Sanders will come in, and he is someone you want against a zone because he might be their best pure shooter.
It feels like Del City selling into this game a little bit right now as we're back even on a 7-0 run.
Michael Graham, a big reason why. He's got 7 of the 9 points.
He's got the ball here, gives it up to McAllister in the corner to Sanders, who just checked in. McAllister back to the top, Graham. Check in with Coach Hatchett in the bench. Could hold for the final shot here if you want it. I mean, I've certainly seen teams hold it for more time than this.
I think you should. As it gets to zone.
So there's passing it around here. Looks like they are trying to just milk that clock. I'm sure if something becomes available, they'll take it. And like as I say, that's a turnover. As Graham lost it, the younger of the 2 Grahams, Meshon Graham. And Crossings has it back, tied up 9-9. Haven't scored in a while, been on a bit of a dry spell here, and it's going to continue. Bad pass deflected by McAllister and a turnover. So the Eagles get a steal, and with 15 seconds here, they're going to have time to take the final shot.
So they turned it over when they tried to go the high post and then go low, and Meshon Graham's got to be stronger with the ball.
5 seconds to play in the quarter. McAllister hands off to Graham. He'll pull up. This is a 3-ball. It'll count if it goes, but an air ball short. And actually is going to touch the baseline with 0.8 of a second. So barring something crazy, we're going to have a tie, and they won't even bother. So that's the end of the first quarter. Good start. 9-9 after one. 5A quarterfinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back to the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray, 5A state quarterfinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City 9, Crossings Christian 9. As we get set to get back to it, first of 8 games here at the LNC, 6 of which you can hang out with Jordan and I and listen to the ball game on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Going to be a full day. We're just getting started. Fun start, though, with Del City here and Crossings Christian. Eagles have the ball in a tie game. Michael Graham will fire a long three on the wing. Rattles it home. Another Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-ball. Graham is hot. The Eagles are hot. It's a 10-0 run for Del City. They lead it by 3.
Great 3 because they went inside out. They got the ball into the high post, kicked it out to Michael Graham for a really good look. Almost
now they're
travel.
The intensity, the defensive pressure, almost forcing another turnover. Long pass to Woodson, so Crossing's able to get through it and try to set up some offense here. Woodson, nice little hesitation move, take it to the rim, and finish. The 6'8" Phoenix Woodson, he's tough.
Once he gets close to the paint, and, Del City needs to not stray too far from him, let's just say.
Yeah. He can handle the ball for a big guy especially. Nice move there to get to the rim and finish. So 12-11, here's Meshon Graham on the wing, who has subbed in this game and just stayed in. He's been very productive, but a turnover here is McAllister. I think he just stepped on the sideline.
And now Parker will come in. So Cam Parker coming in, is it for Woodson? It is not. So now Crossings will have their 2 bigs in. And it's just important that Del City stays attached to those 2 around the paint. If they get the ball anywhere close, they're going to be really hard to stop.
So Furnish walks up for Crossings, crossing the OU logo here at the Lloyd Noble Center. Hands off to Krotz. Excuse me, that's Goodell. Now Parker in the corner. Underneath to Woodson. Woodson being guarded by McCarroll. Will hand it down to Krotz on the elbow. Double team. Pass over to Parker. Hands off to Furnish. He'll fire an open 3. Rims off. Rebound pulled in by Johnson. Good possession defensively there for the Eagles. And they'll come down and reset some offense.
They keep stepping out of bounds.
Stepped on the sideline again. Do you think that's part of the college three-point line, making it feel like they have less room?
That could be it. It's far away from us, but those are just 2 unforced errors. It's nothing Crossings does. You got to know where your feet are. And you could be right. It could be a college court thing.
So Knights have it back. Still trailing by 1 as a bad pass here and a turnover. Krotz trying to get underneath to Parker and just kind of airmailed it.
Not sure what Krotz was trying to do there. I mean, he did not have Parker open. Parker's a big, strong guy. You've got to give him time to get post position. But he's matched up with Tavon Johnson, and Tavon Johnson is a defensive end in football. So that's going to be quite a battle. You have to give Parker some time to get his position against a big, strong guy like Johnson.
So Eagles setting back up some offense. It's McCarroll on the wing. Rocket pass to Graham in the corner. 3-ball for the lefty Sanders.
There we go.
That's the third Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-ball of the first half. And Del City leads it by 4.
3-point shot's been big for the Eagles. Yeah. Crossing's probably the better shooting team overall, but they have only made 1 so far.
Goodell underneath to Parker. Parker kicks out. Here's an open look at a 3 for Krotz. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound, though, Parker. Second chance opportunity. Goodell kick out 3. That won't go. Rebound, Woodson had a look at it. Out of bounds. Eagle ball.
So what happened on the last possession for Del City? They go inside against the 3-2 zone. They go inside the high post or mid post to Michon Graham, and he kicked it out to Sanders, who was open in the corner. And that's twice it's worked out for really good threes for the Eagles, and they're not known as a three-point shooting team.
5 minutes to play in the first half. Eagles lead it by 4 and on a 13-2 run, but that's a turnover. Pass intercepted by Krotz. He'll start the break for the Knights. Kick out in the corner, Goodell. Hands off to Furnish. He'll drive. Hands off Woodson. Woodson now at the top of the key. Spin move, kick out, open look at a three for Krotz. He'll give it up and pass instead, but it's deflected and turned over again.
Well, you know what? You can overpass against Del City, and that's kind of what happened there for Crossings.
They had a couple of decent looks there that they didn't take. End up not getting anything as they turn it over.
Both teams with some turnover problems, but for different reasons.
Crossings got it to 9 points real quick, and it's just been stuck there. I mean, they're up to 11, but only 2 points in the last 8 minutes or so. Offense has been really tough for the Knights as of late.
It's like
step back three for Michon Graham, airballed it short.
Not a shot. Crossings back in the man, and I think that's a good switch for them now that they're not in foul trouble. Del City did not do well against the man defense. It was when Crossings got in foul trouble that they decided to go zone, and it had that effect. They didn't foul as much, but Del City was able to work the ball around for some open threes. Now it's the second quarter. We will see if Crossings stays in that man defense.
Midway point of the quarter, nice cut by Furnish, up and under.
What a
oh,
move.
Man, up and under move, high off the glass with the touch to get the spin he needed to go down. And Coach Hatchett wants to take a timeout and talk about it with 3:53 to go in the first half.
It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And what you saw there, Cam Parker made a great backdoor pass to Furnish with a spectacular reverse. Del City's defense was really locked in at that point, but Coach Hatchett was not happy with his team for giving up those two, and he immediately calls a timeout. And, of course, it's just a 30, so it might be defensive corrections he's making.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this could go sideways or south for Del City if they don't run good offense against the man defense, because they have been turning the ball over. That was a problem in the first quarter, and Crossings got some points in transition. And that can happen if you don't run good offense.
Make sure we thank our second quarter sponsor as the teams get back out there. Buffalo Wild Wings, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Come to Buffalo Wild Wings. Support your favorite Mid-Del winter sports team, these Del City Eagles. And download the team card on your phone. Show your waiter, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds. You had the great Mid-Del Sports Report last night with all the coaches.
All 6 Mid-Del head coaches for basketball. It was spectacular. One of the highs of doing that show.
Really, really cool that they're all here.
Yep.
Not something you can take for granted at all. It's unbelievably rare. And we're pumped to have it with you all day and all week, we hope, obviously, on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Eagles have it back. Graham will fire another three. Airball that to the side. That was way off.
Just not the same rhythm against the man defense. At least that's an air ball that goes out of bounds so Del City can set up their defense. But
sure.
That's going to be important in the second half and at the end of this quarter. Can Del City score against Crossings man defense?
3:18 to play in the first half. 15-13 Eagles. Here's Furnish going to his left. Rocket pass to Krotz on the wing. In the corner, Goodell. He'll fire an open three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Long rebound, though, out to Furnish. Second chance again for the Knights, and he's fouled. So some free throws coming up for Furnish.
Crossings is committed to shooting the three, but the problem for Del City is those misses are going long. You have to at that point, box out your man. Who's boxing out Furnish? You have to be disciplined and stay with your man. That's one way to get those long rebounds. And again, for the only other time I've watched Crossings, you saw them the last week against Carl Albert, but the first time we did their Carl Albert game, they were missing free throws, and it's just shocking to see a skilled player like Furnish miss a couple.
I was going to say pretty much the opposite for me in that Friday game against Carl Albert, especially down the stretch. Furnish was just absolute
automatic
money at the line. But you're right, he's missing some early. Hit that one, so another split trip. Del City stays ahead by 1, 15-14. Game was very foul happy in the first quarter. That's our first one of the second. Been very different.
Adjusting by the players. And Demarion Turner making his first appearance for Del City. Usually you see him in earlier.
He gives up to Michon Graham, who goes over to Johnson. Johnson will drive on Parker, had his dribble punched out of bounds. And so it'll stay at this end.
That just goes to the turnover problem Del City had. It's not a turnover there, but Tavon Johnson dribbles in the paint and has it knocked away, you just have to have good court awareness there. That could have been disaster for the Eagles.
Johnson, hand off to Turner, who, like you said, just subbed in for the first time. Bounce pass to Johnson in the corner. He's got Cam Parker guarding him. Kick it back out, and they'll reset up some things. Graham to his left. At the top now, rocket pass to Turner in the corner to McCarroll. He'll pump fake a three and drive. Rocket pass across the lane to Meshawn Graham. He'll go to the rim, left-hand finish, couldn't get it to go.
He is a good attack, but he just didn't get long enough there.
Nice pass underneath to Woodson, who finishes at the rim, and the Knights are back ahead by one, 16-15.
Missed layups. It's amazing how those rebounds off missed layups can lead to transition.
Final 2 minutes of the half. McCarroll pulls up from just the side of the lane. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Woodson again. The rebounding battle is way in favor of Crossings. They're nearly doubling them up on the boards right now. 15-8. Woodson on the other side, guarded by McCarroll. Take it right out. That's a big size disadvantage, but he can't finish. Got his own miss, though. Put back, no. And McCarroll the board. So Woodson misses a couple right at the rim. Eagles have it back. Graham at the free throw line. In the corner to his younger brother, Meshawn. Now McCarroll, right side, Turner. Back out to Graham, and they'll check with the coach, Lenny Hatchett, and reset up some offense here.
He's trying to give Graham space here because he hasn't had much space. Now it's a 1-4 set. That's going to give Graham some space to create.
Guarded by Braden Buckingham here. They're way out near midcourt as we close in on the final minute of this highly competitive first half. Graham to Meshawn Graham. Kick it back out. He tried to go to the rim, nothing really there. Now Michael Graham will take it hard to the rim.
What
a finish through contact. Thought there might be a foul there. Didn't get the whistle, but a tough finish anyway, and the Eagles are back ahead.
And that was great defense by Crossings. The Eagles got fortunate there, but they'll take it.
Here's Parker for the Knights in the corner to Krotz. He'll fire an open three on the wing. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Meshawn Graham. So Crossings has just not been able to quite find that stroke from three.
Nope.
And Del City has it back up by one. Final half minute of the quarter. They could hold and try to take a lead into the locker room.
It's hard to do that against the man, but I think they're starting to get tight as Crossings. So I don't know if they'll be able to go for the last shot.
Open for it. Turner dribbling here with Cross guarding him close. He'll go right by him. Kick in the corner. McCarroll pump fake the three. Give it back out. Michael Graham with 8 seconds on the clock. Goes to his left. He'll drive. A lot of contact here and an illegal screen. Going to be charged to Meshawn Graham with 5.5 on the clock.
That's where, I mean, I'm surprised because you're talking about two brothers here who are new to the program, but they're not new to each other.
Sure.
And Meshawn just did not get set. And Michael should have waited on it, but it's kind of I don't know, impromptu, if you will. And that's
so
probably why that
5 seconds. Cross is going to race down. Furnish will fire a deep three. Rims off. Not a terrible look at it, but it doesn't go, and that's going to be the end of the first half here at the Lloyd Noble Center. Del City leads at 17-16 at the end of the first 2 quarters. Good start to this one, Jordan, obviously, and a 1-point game, anybody's ball game as we head to the locker room.
Yeah, this is a Del City type of game. They can win. Now, again, if Crossings commits to their man defense, I think they got an advantage in the second half because some of those threes are going to start going in for them, and Del City's had trouble scoring. So the Eagles need to, even though they're ahead, they need to make some adjustments. They were ahead by 3 in the regional championship, and then they just got completely outplayed in the second half.
So, first half in the books, Del City leads at 17-16. We'll step aside for halftime, rejoin you guys here shortly. Should be a very fun second half. First of 6 games on OSN today. And the Eagles, the defending champs, a lead but a slim one by 1 point at the break. 17-16 5A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
You want to start?
I want to start a car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tip.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
One,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, we're back here just about ready to get this second half started. Give you some stats here as we get ready to get back going to it. For Del City, it's all about Michael Graham. He's got 12 of their 17 points. Got 2 made threes, 3 for 7 from the field. 3 points from Andre Sanders, 2 from Meshawn Graham. For Crossings, Christian high man is Cal Furnish. No shocker there. He has 9, 5 from Phoenix Woodson, 2 from Cam Parker. Crossings all over the rebounding. We talked about that in the first half. 16-10, the storyline there. As we get ready to get back to this second half. A reminder, we so wish we could show you this game, but it's audio only because of NFHS exclusive streaming rights. But we're going to be here with you all day, Jordan and I, hanging out courtside, and we'll try and paint a picture as best we can. So hang out with us all day long. We have 6 games on our airways today. So, Jordan, as we get ready to get the second half started, what's the key moving forward? It's a 1-point game, anybody's ball game, coin flip. What's the key for the Eagles to try and get this done to continue their quest to go back-to-back?
How they do against the man defense. If they struggle against the man defense of Crossings, and Crossings forces turnovers, that's going to be disaster for Del City. They have got to take good care of the ball and get good shots, and then get back on defense if they miss those shots.
So, first possession of the second half is with Crossings. They have it going left to right from our vantage point here, courtside at the Lloyd Noble Center. Winner gets to the semifinals tomorrow. Kick out, open 3 for Goodell. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Woodson, though. Another offensive rebound. This is what Crossings does. We have a reach-in foul going to be called on the Eagles.
Looked like they were going zone was Del City, and again, that makes team rebounding all the more important, and that has been a bit of an issue. Crossings has not capitalized yet on it, but they'll have a chance to here. If they can score, there'll be second chance points for the Knights.
Kratas at the top of the key for the Knights. Gives up to Furnish. Underneath to Parker. Kicks it right back out to him. Furnish now will go strong to the rim. Right-hand layup attempt won't go, but flying in for the putback attempt was Parker, and he's fouled, I believe.
I don't see how you call a foul on Del City. Parker wasn't fouled, I don't think, but they're going to say it's Graham.
Yeah, and Coach Hatchett saying the same thing. Yeah, Parker just came flying in like a rocket and just tried to go for the putback, and that's a tough call, certainly.
Well, and that's the case where Furnish missed a shot you don't expect at the side, and again, more offensive rebounds for Crossings. You just need everyone active for Del City. Again, by free throws, missed free throw there for Parker.
First one for Parker, no good. It rims off, so he'll have a second one to try and tie it up at the Toonie Buys House's charity stripe. Make sure we get our third quarter sponsor in, which is Casa Juanito, a quick-service restaurant offering fresh and flavorful fiesta meals in Del City, Oklahoma since 1976, located at 4718 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. That second one routed around for quite a while, but eventually falls, and we're tied 17 apiece with 7:15 to go in the third quarter.
Crossings isn't a man.
Winner of this one will see Booker T. Washington or Edison Prep tomorrow. We saw these Edison Eagles last year against Del City. As the shot for Johnson doesn't go. And an empty trip there for the Eagles, and Crossings has it back in a tie game.
Yeah,
bad pass.
Wow. Tavon Johnson just rushed that shot.
So Goodell airmailed the pass, trying to get it across to Furnish.
But Parker made him rush that shot.
Yeah. So the Eagles have it back, tied up still, 6:50 to go in the third. This is Thurston with the basketball. Gives it up to McAllister, right side McCarroll. Johnson, now Thurston, left side Michael Graham. Ball zipping around right now as Del City tries to find some space. McAllister handoff to McCarroll in the corner. He'll drive now. Pulls up in the lane. Right-hand floater won't go. Rebound Woodson.
This is where the ability to finish is so important for Del City. McCarroll had a really good shot, but he just wasn't comfortable finishing that, and a steal for the Eagles.
Yeah, Thurston tipped the pass, leads to a fast break, and he lays it home. That was all created by Kentrell Thurston, and the Eagles are back ahead by a deuce, 19-17.
I believe this is the first transition points for the Eagles. They have not really gotten steal and scores, but their defense has been effective, but they haven't gotten that. That's the first for them.
This is Kratz with his feet on the OSSAA logo here at the LNC. He drives now and hands it off to Woodson in the corner. Woodson being hounded by Thurston. They're going to call another foul. So that's going to be 3 early on Del City in this third quarter. That was a major problem in the first quarter, not in the second quarter, but now it's becoming an issue again here in the third.
Just makes it that much more important. You defend well. Oh, they left Parker wide
Yes,
open.
with the defenders in, Parker smashes it home, and we're tied up. That was all Cam Parker.
Tavon Johnson anticipated a handoff for it that he was going to blitz, and that's just too close to the basket. I wouldn't even think about doing that at that spot on the floor.
At the top here is McAllister, right side to Graham. He'll go to his left. Lost a moment, now gets it back in the corner to McCarroll. He'll pull up, right-hand shot, good. That was pretty well contested, but just a nice, tough shot put down there by Deshaun McCarroll.
He missed his first attempt. That was almost the same shot, except that was two-handed, and now he finishes that one.
So a 2-point lead again for the Eagles in this nip-and-tuck game. It hasn't been too much of a margin either way. Crossing's led by 7 early, but since then, it's been very tight. Parker down underneath, through some contact and a charge. Well done by McCarroll there.
All you can do is hold your ground against a bigger player like Parker, and Parker did not really have to bowl his way in like that. But he wanted to score, and I don't blame him. He was going to get doubled, so he had to make that move to avoid a double, but I think that's where you just got to let the double happen and pass the ball out. Trust your teammates.
I believe that's the 3rd foul on Parker, so keep that in mind as we move forward here in the second half of this one.
Yeah, if he comes out, that would be huge.
Huge, because he's been the best player so far in this game for the Knights. Here's McCarroll, bounce pass to Johnson. Johnson, turnaround shot. Gets the roll. That was pretty. Right over Parker, probably having to play a little off him with that foul trouble.
Now the Eagles are finding some offensive success against the man. Tavon Johnson is a very skilled big man for a football player. He can hit a variety of shots around the paint. Got the roll there.
Woodson will drive on his man McAllister, pull it from the elbow. Back iron, no good. Just bricked it. Rebound McCarroll. So the Eagles have snatched the momentum back. Can they continue to build on this lead, get some cushion? He's moving to the back half of the third quarter. Graham going to his left, pulls up from the elbow, jumper, rims off, rebound Parker.
You don't mind it. He can make that shot consistently.
That's some pretty good separation there. Rocket pass underneath to Woodson. He'll go to the rim, finish, and the foul. Phoenix Woodson, who got clipped, it looks like by Johnson, who took a bit of a tumble, and then Woodson just finished it home easily. And the Knights can pull within 1 at the free throw line.
Now what foul is that on Tavon? Is that?
I think that's just his second.
Okay,
yeah.
That's important. He stays in. But that's a case where Crossing did a good job pushing after a make.
So Woodson makes a three-point play, completes the three-point play, I should say, at the Toonie Bice House's Cherry Stripe, and it's a one-point game again, 23-22. Been a very competitive game. Great way to start our day here on OSN.
Michael Graham missed an elbow pull-up, and the defense for Del City just wasn't ready. They got to get back on a miss.
Graham at the elbow, Thurston bounce pass to Graham. He'll go down the baseline and can't finish. Wild shot. Ball's now on the floor. Bodies everywhere.
I didn't see a jump
ball.
ball,
What the call is here? Must be a foul on somebody. Or is it a tie-up?
If it's a tie-up, that goes to Del City. I think they're calling a foul on the Eagles. Well, no.
I don't know. Officials are having some conversation here. Coach Lenny Hatch is trying to help them out.
Now we're seeing some
applause.
All right,
it is a jump ball, I believe, and the arrow will keep it at this end with Del City.
I never saw the jump ball signal.
That never gave one. I think that's what's being called. 3:21 to go in the third. Del City 23, Crossings Christian 22. It's a 5A state quarterfinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's a wild shot there by Michael Graham. That's what happens when you go against size. You take and then you turn it over.
Yeah, bad inbound pass is stolen by Krotz. Leads to a fast break. Furnace all the way to the rim. Left-hand finish won't go. Rebound loose, pulled in by Graham. So a missed opportunity for the Knights there to take the lead.
I'm surprised at some of the shots Furnace is missing. It's just shocking. He has been off.
Open three for McAllister. Left it short. Rebound Woodson again. Graham comes in and tried to get a steal, but instead he hits him on the arm and fouls him. And that's going to be the 5th foul, I think, on Del City. It's just going to be free throws at the other end for Woodson.
I think it's Michael Graham's 3rd. That's as important as anything.
Yeah, it is.
That's just not a smart foul.
Yeah.
You just should not be doing that. You got to be aware, you're a senior, that your team's in the penalty, and he had no real play at that ball. You missed the shot, just get back.
Didn't realize how many fouls he had either. He just checked with Coach Hatchett, and he kind of looked at him and said, I have 3. And that's what That's what they have you down for. So Woods at the line here can
Well,
tie
that's a
it. He just
mistake.
did.
That's a mistake for him not to know that. And it's up to him, you as a senior, to find out. It's not just up to your coaches.
So he's going to come out of the game. His brother's going to replace him, Mishon Graham. Can't imagine he'll sit super long, maybe the end of this quarter. Season on the line, obviously, here at the state tournament. No mulligans at this point. Woodson hits them both, and Crossings is back in the lead. So every time it seems like one team kind of starts to take control of this thing, the other one responds with a run of their own, and now the Knights are back ahead.
No Parker, and it's a 3-2 zone, I think. Try to go inside out again if you're Del City.
McCarroll gives it to Graham on the elbow. He'll drive, and had his pocket picked. Lost his dribble. Furnish scoops it up, and the Knights will start a break. Good job by Del City getting back to kind of kill the fast break, and the Knights will have to try and set something up. And now Coach Schenk, a smart timeout there. It looked like Cross didn't really have anywhere to go. Just a 30-second timeout with 2:34 to go in the third. So what's your kind of feel of this thing right now with 2.5 to go in the third quarter with Del City trailing by 1?
Well, I'm going to show a quick highlight here from the second quarter here put together by Kaysen. So there we go.
Our own Kaysen Troutman here taking video. This
was one of the main threes by Michael Graham. That was important for Del City that they were making those threes. And Michael Graham finishing. He had a really good first half. But now he's out, so that's a key point, obviously, is how they handle that.
So good-looking highlights there. Give you a chance to get to see a little bit of what we're working with today.
Yep.
Again, obviously, we would love to be able to broadcast these things like we typically do on OSN, but we still want to bring you the games in some form or fashion for free the way we can, which is this way, and we're thrilled to do it. It's going to be a long day here on OSN, but we're pumped to be here all day.
So Mishon Graham, when he gets the ball in the high post, you got to be aware of what's around you. You can't just dribble around. Crossings will try to steal it from you, and they've been successful.
Open three for Woodson. Left it a little too long, but another offensive rebound for the Knights. That's what they do. A second chance opportunity. Firing away in the corner for three, and hitting it is Coleman Ridley just into the game, the 6'2 junior. He got that offensive rebound, and then he hit the three. Huge sequence for Ridley. It's an 8-0 run for the Knights.
Offensive rebounds, again, a problem this time at Burnsdale City, and then I thought Crossings may have gone away with a travel before that three.
Yeah. Final 2 minutes of the third. Thurston to the top, McAllister. Bounce past McCarroll. McCarroll, left side to Thurston. He'll drive to the rim. Up and under move for Thurston. Doesn't go, but he gets fouled. That was a really tough shot, but he'll take the free throws. So some foul shots coming here for Kentrell Thurston.
Someone needs to step up in Michael Graham's absence.
Yeah.
For much of the season before the Grahams moved to Del City, which was in January, mid-January, it was Kentrell Thurston attacking the basket for Del City, and he does there. They need him right now badly. He hits the first free throw.
Gets it back down to a one-score game, 27-24. As it looks like Buckingham and Parker are going to sub back in for Crossings. Meanwhile, for Del City, getting ready to check in for the first time is Landon Sanders, junior.
Briefly appeared at the end of the second quarter.
Oh, okay. He slipped out. I never even noticed
but it was very brief, like for one possession. And he'll be in to body up Parker as Parker checks back in.
So both free throws are good. It's a two-point game, 27-25. As the Knights bring it down the floor here, this is Krotz crossing half court on the right side, being hounded by Mishon Graham, and he stole it from him. Well done defensively there by Mishon Graham. Eagles get the turnover. They can tie or take the lead here. High pass pulled in by McCarroll. He'll do the right-hand floater, won't go. Rebound Parker. The boards continue to just be totally dominated by Crossings. 24-12 on the glass in favor of the Knights.
Tough foul there that Furnish drew, but he was the one who initiated the contact with Deshaun McAllister, and Furnish will get to the free throw line. There's not a whole lot McAllister could have done differently there.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Out near half court, too, so it's going to give two free throws for Furnish as the Knights are in the bonus with 1:17 to go in the third. And he's got the first one. Reminder, winner here will play tomorrow at noon against the winner of the game. We'll be on this for next. Booker T. Washington and Edison Prep, a couple of Tulsa schools going toe-to-toe on this for next. That game will be at noon tomorrow in the semis. Both free throws are good. It's a 4-point lead for Crossings. Meanwhile, into the game for the Knights. We got 21, Nate Rouse, a senior, checking in. And I believe, 13, which is Caden Lazel, a 6'4 junior. So like I said, Knights going deep into that bench. They played a lot of guys in this game.
3-2 zone for Crossings. Even though Del City's trailing, you hold the ball for a while, I think. Because you don't want to play that much defensive possessions when you're in foul trouble right now, when you're in the penalty.
Final minute of the third quarter, 29-25 Knights. Eagles have the basketball. Thurston gives up right side, and McAllister gives it right back. Now they're playing catch. McCarroll with it. Del City in no rush on this possession. A lot of passing around the perimeter here. Nobody has really made any sort of motion toward the basket just yet. Final half minute of this third quarter. Pass underneath to the cutting Meshawn Graham, and he's fouled. That was a great find by Thurston. Good pass into a relatively tight window, and Meshawn Graham's going to get some free throws here.
Yeah, I think Del City looks like they're going to run clock. And that came out of nowhere, so the element of surprise worked for Del City on that. Yeah. Meshawn Graham cutting along from the left corner to the baseline.
First free throw for Graham at the Tooney by his house's charity stripe is good. And it gets Del City back within a score at 29-26. McCarroll will come out. Back in for the Eagles is Demarion Turner, number 4. Meanwhile, Parker and Buckingham back in for the Knights, replacing Rouse and Lazel, who just subbed in a short while ago.
Crossings gets the first possession of the fourth quarter, so this is going to be a real important defensive possession coming up for Del City. As they can't commit a foul, they need to avoid a foul as Crossings is starting to make their free throws. But also, they got both bigs in for Crossings. That's why Tavon Johnson will come back in. But you don't want him fouling because he's got 2.
So he replaces Thurston, so they get a lot bigger now.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is the first time I remember seeing Tavon Johnson and Layden Sanders both in at the same time.
Second free throw rims out, rattled off, and the Knights will have it back up by 3. So like you said, big kind of chance to stack points here for the Knights. Can Del City get a big stop going into the quarter break? 13 seconds. Furnish has it out, way out near half court, guarded by Demarion Turner. 8 seconds on the clock. Furnish at the top, step back 3 from way deep, left it short. Rebound pulled in by Meshawn Graham. He'll launch one the length of the court at the end. It would have counted, but it comes up short. And that's the end of the third. Crossings Christian leads it 29-26 after 3. Fun fourth quarter on the way. Don't go anywhere. 5A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
Back to Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. The 5A state quarterfinals on OSN. Crossings Christian leads at 29-26 as we start this fourth and final quarter. Set up for a fun finish here of the first game of the day. The defending 5A champs, the Del City Eagles, they're going to continue their run, their quest for back-to-back. They're going to have to overcome a three-point hole as we open up the fourth. A bad pass right out of the gates here in a turnover, so a good start defensively for Del City.
They were trying to lob him to Parker, but that play had no chance. That's about the easiest steal McCarroll will ever have. Deshaun McCarroll, who's back in for Del City.
Michael Graham also back in. He's got the basketball here. We were even 9-9 after 1. It was 17-16 Del City at the break. We start the fourth with the Knights leading 29-26.
So 3-2 zone again for Crossings, but now Michael Graham's back in. That's the combination that works for Del City. Having Michael Graham in against that 3-2 zone.
McCarroll gives it to McAllister to the top. Michael Graham, who's kind of been the offense today for Del City. Ball's loose everywhere. Graham ends up with a turnaround shot. Won't go, but
how did he get that foul? You know, sometimes you have a bad possession, but you just somehow draw a foul. And in the act of shooting, no less.
That was a frantic sequence there that somehow results in Del City getting free throws.
Del City needs to realize if you put the ball on the floor around the paint, there's going to be a Crossings player too that tries to strip you. That happened to Michael Graham, but he's able to get the ball back. And somehow, I think he drew a foul on Woodson.
First one no good. Make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsor, which is Rose State College. Parents want to save money on college. Help your student get ahead by earning college credit in high school. It's called concurrent enrollment. And Rose State College makes it easy and very affordable. Apply today at rose.edu. Second free throw for Graham. Missed them both.
Wow. You don't expect that from Michael Graham.
Going to be key to make your foul shots when you get them here down the stretch of this game. Now another foul on the other side.
It's on Michael Graham.
That's before.
Furnace just dribbled into him, and this because you missed the free throws. Graham's just that's a rough second half. He was so good in the first half.
So that's 4. Just a foul on the floor, obviously, but it's you almost wish you take the trade-off for free throws for it to not be Graham's fourth. Meanwhile, that great
defense.
Block by McCarroll on Woodson. That was fantastic on the big 6'8" Phoenix Woodson. And Del City has it back, still down by just 3. Bad pass, though, intercepted by Krotz as Mishon Graham tried to get to his brother. Leads to a fast break down the lane for Krotz, but he couldn't finish. And Del City's now racing in the direction. Here's Johnson to the rim. Contact and an offensive foul.
Johnson just dribbled right into, I believe that was Buckingham, sophomore. You just can't dribble right into a player. You got to go at him at an angle.
Yeah.
This has been some tough offense both ways. Crossings has missed some gimmies. They got to feel like they should be up by more than 3. Well, Del City feels like they got to play smarter. They're not playing intelligent basketball at the moment.
So here's Goodell as the Knights have it back. 6.5 to go.
Offensive against Woodson.
Foul. Wow.
McAllister, give him credit for holding his ground, and he didn't fall down. He didn't flop at all. He was able to draw the offensive foul just by standing his ground. And Woodson using his arm bar there.
That's 3 on Phoenix Woodson, who has a double-double tonight, 10 and 10. And Coach Lenny Hatchett wants to take a timeout with 6:22 to go. It is a full timeout. So we'll take it with them. Intensity ratcheting up for the state tournament on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back in the Oklahoma Sports Network, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray. 6:22 to go in this one. Crossings lead at 29-26. The offenses have slowed down a bit to start this fourth quarter. Haven't seen any points yet in this fourth quarter. 2 fouls each side as we get back to it with the Eagles having the basketball. Mishon Graham with it. Michael Graham has subbed out of this game, by the way, with those 4 fouls. So they're going to try and steal some minutes here without him in the fourth quarter. Here's McCarroll in the corner. He'll drive on Furnish. Now he'll back it out. Parker came to help. Bounce pass to Johnson. Shot is good. Nice jumper for Tavon Johnson.
Again, his skills around the basket, very impressive there. Making that shot over the outstretched arms of a tall Crossings player. And Del City's hanging in there.
1-point game, 29-28, 5:50 left. Parker on the elbow, hands it off to Krotz. He'll fire from way deep, almost banked it in. Rebound comes out, pulled in by McAllister. The Eagles will run. Jamor McAllister all the way to the rim, and he's blocked by Woodson. Oh, my.
Risky play, Crossings. Fortunate Woodson didn't get called for foul. Not saying he should have, but you see it called like that. There was contact.
Yeah.
There's a good drive by McAllister. Fortunately for Del City, they retain possession. If you don't get a foul call, though, Woodson's probably going to block your shot because of his length.
Inbound goes to McAllister here in the backcourt. Hands off to Thurston. 5.5 to go. Going to his left. He's guarded by Krotz. Now back to his right. Bounce pass, trying to get to Meshawn Graham. It's knocked out of bounds by Krotz.
I mean, when you're going against a 3-2 zone, you got to be careful past the ball to the wing. Those elbow defenders on the 3-2 zone for Crossings are looking for that steal. They almost got one there.
Well, you can feel the tension and intensity in here right now. Bounce pass from Thurston to Johnson. His shot's blocked again. We'll stay at this end.
I say Johnson's a skilled player. He is, but he's 6'4". He's going up against 6'6" and 6'8". And even a skilled player couldn't finish there.
Not a lot of teams have got the trees like Woodson and Parker. That duo, both 6'7", 6'8", what they're listed at. Tough. They clog up that lane. So the Eagles still have it after the block. McAllister with the ball, gives underneath to Meshawn Graham at the free throw line. He'll kick it back out to McAllister on the wing. Hands it off to Thurston. He'll dribble out toward the top and kind of reset up some things. Bounce pass to McCarroll on the right side. Back to Thurston. He'll drive now. Thurston, wild shot. The rim didn't go. A lot of contact there. There's nowhere to go. And the Knights have it back up by 1. Here's Goodell at the elbow. Kicks over to Furnish in the corner. He'll go down the baseline.
Had a layup.
Yeah, he did.
Reverse.
I was anticipating the shot there. Threw me off. He kicked it out. Now Woodson underneath to Parker, working on Johnson. Parker takes a right at him. Can't get the finish. Tip back attempt, no good. So Parker had a shot at it, then had a decent look at a tip back, but couldn't get either to fall. The Knights still have not scored in this fourth quarter, but they still lead by 1, 4:15 to play.
Well, now you got to consider getting Michael Graham back in.
Yeah.
We're near the midway point in the fourth quarter. Del City,
so, yeah.
They need to be deliberate. Do you use a timeout to get Graham in? Probably not. Because I believe you have 3 left. Del City has 3 left. I might call a timeout here.
Yeah, they have 3 left. Crossings has 4 left. Teams haven't really used too many in this game. Meshawn Graham from the elbow. He's got it. And the Eagles are back ahead by 1, 3:50 left. What a shot by Meshawn Graham.
They've hit a couple shots here you don't really expect him to take and don't expect him to make.
Woodson hands it off to Krotz. Krotz, rocket pass in the corner to Goodell. Back to the top with Furnish. Every possession feels just huge at this point with 3.5 to go. Furnish going to his right, and we're going to get a bump foul on the Eagles. That'll be the 4th on Del City. So that was their last one to give with 3:27 to go. And here comes Michael Graham back in the game.
Well, he's coming in on defense, so I bet he will not guard Furnish. No, he's not. He's going to guard Krotz. He just has to be smart.
I think that's actually only the 3rd foul on Del City, so I apologize for that. They updated a little quick. Meanwhile, turnover.
What a
finish. Fast break from McCarroll, who finishes through contact. Eagles now on a run of their own. 6-0 in the 4th. They're ahead by 3.
He went right at Woodson, who has foul trouble, and finished over Woodson. Sometimes you can finish over a big. It's hard, but you can do it. He did it.
Furnish goes right to the rim. Open lane, gets to the layup and the foul. What a finish by Furnish. And he can tie it at the line. Wow.
You can't keep him down forever. He's too good. Now, Meshawn Graham, and that is 4 on Del City. He's going to make his case. He's vertical. He's calm about it.
Free throw is good. We're tied up 32 all with 3:04 to go. Timeout by Crossings. We'll see if it's a full or a 30.
It's 30.
It's a 30, so we'll stay here with 3:04 to go. Jordan, what a way to start this thing. We're tied with 3:04 left. The defending champs. What's the key? I mean, you got 3 minutes left. What's going to be the difference between these two teams that have been basically dead even all day long, all morning long?
Key is fouls. Which one has a key player foul out first? Michael Graham with 4. I don't think Crossings has anyone with 4, but they got a few with 3. So can Graham stay in the game? And how will Del City attack first? Whatever they do, they have got to get back on defense. They've had some problems at times defending against a miss. Crossings has missed some layups and some free throws, so Del City's been fortunate in that regard. They've been unfortunate with having Graham sit out for a while with foul trouble. and he missed his last 2 free throws, so the free throw percentages have started to even out.
Yeah.
But you just have to have a possession where no matter what happens, you're set up to play defense afterwards.
Parker and Woodson both have 3 fouls, by the way. You kind of mentioned that.
And the big thing is, whatever you do on defense, whoever is responsible for guarding Parker, well, probably Thurston, has got to find him quickly. And it looks like crossings. We're hearing the coach talk about man or not. Looks like it's zone, so Del City should be deliberate. I'm not saying you hold for the last shot with 3 minutes. That's hard to do, but be deliberate.
Final 2:52 of somebody's season, barring overtime. Here's the Lloyd Noble Center.
So we're seeing Michael Graham dribble the ball right now by the timeline, and no one's guarding him, so he can do that for the rest of the 2:40 if he wants to. At some point, you think Crossings will start to pressure him, and that's what he wants. He's waiting for Crossings to pressure him, and now we start to see it.
There you go. As Furnish comes to help Goodell, gets over to Meshon Graham, gives it right back. Del City in no hurry. 2:25 to go. Tie game 32-32. Thurston on the wing, now gives it right back.
Look for Del City to use a timeout here if it starts to get sketchy for them, if it looks like they're not sure what to do with the ball.
Right. Both teams have 3 to go, so you don't really need to be frugal at all with your timeouts at this point. Graham going to his right, takes a bump, lost his dribble. It's stolen by Krotz. It's a fast break, cross to the rim, layup is good. Knights lead by 2.
Graham just wasn't careful with the ball.
Yeah. So 1:48 to go. The Eagles have it back down by 2. Here's Michael Graham at the top of the key. Steps to his left. He'll fire a 3. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound, Krotz. It's on the floor. It's still loose. McCarroll gets on the deck and gets it and takes a timeout
right away.
Wow.
That's probably possession that Del City stole there, like literally stole.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a good shot by Michael Graham, trying to force that 3. If Del City, if Crossings goes zone again, you got to consider going back to some type of alley-oop play. I mean, you really don't have a high flyer to throw it to, but maybe Meshon Graham, you can draw a foul. Boy, what a big steal and score for Crossings.
I was going to reiterate that too. What a play by McCarroll. I couldn't tell who actually got the hand in to poke it loose. But after the rebound on the missed shot, and McCarroll just getting on the floor, immediately grabbing the ball and getting the quick timeout in to save the possession, that's huge. Huge.
See where they get to inbound it, too. Do they get to obviously Del City's calling a full timeout, but we don't mind keeping it here at this point in a close game.
There's some discussion that if it was a 30-second or a full, they're treating it like it's a full. Seemed like the official scorer down here to our left was saying that should have been a 30, so there's some conversation. I don't really know what you do about it now.
So where will Del City throw the ball in? I don't think they're going to run a set play. No, they are going to throw it onto the baseline, so maybe Del City runs a blob play, a baseline and a bounce to get a good shot.
Thurston will do the inbound. Johnson, McCarroll, McAllister, Michael Graham on the floor for the Eagles. And he has the ball here, does Graham, with 90 seconds to go in this 5A state quarterfinal. Thurston to his left. Bounce pass underneath to Graham. He'll take it to the rim and finish. Tie up 34 all. Well-designed play by Hatchett and the coaching staff out of the break. And the Knights have it back in a tie game.
Now, if you're Del City, you don't want to let him run the clock out.
No.
Does that create a penetration opportunity for Crossings?
Furnish going to his left. He's being hounded by Thurston. Feeds off to Goodell. Final minute at the Lloyd Noble Center. Back to Krotz on the OU midcourt logo. Going to his right, now he'll back it out. Now he'll drive. Krotz, who's been really good in the fourth, over to the rim. He's poked away. Stolen from behind by McCarroll. Scooped up by Meshon Graham. Eagles have it back. Could maybe go for the win right here. Wow.
Will they call a timeout? At what point do they?
Coach Hatchett's ditched the jacket. He's ready to go. 30 seconds to play here at the LNC. Everybody on their feet. Meshon Graham double-teamed and a timeout taken by Coach Hatchett.
And Meshon Graham's really not a guard, and as soon as he got trapped, Coach Hatchett's like, all right, give me that timeout. Now it's time to call it. It's a full. Let's go and take it with him.
Take it with him. Catch your breath. 27.4 to go. Tied up 34 all in this 5A state quarterfinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All right, back to the LNC. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray, 27.4 seconds to go. Where do you go if you're Del City? Is it Michael Graham? Is it just that simple, or is it something else in the final possession?
If it's a man, I would isolate Michael Graham. If it's zone, I try to run the clock to about 10 seconds and then attack out of the middle of the zone.
On the floor for Del City, it's the Graham brothers. Thurston has the ball now. Johnson, McCarroll. Thurston gives up to McCarroll, 20 seconds to go. On the left, bounce pass out to the top with Thurston. Right side, Michael Graham. 13 seconds. Left side to Thurston. Final 10 seconds. Graham gives it up to McCarroll at the free throw line. It's poked loose. It's on the floor. McCarroll goes diving after it. Timeout. Eagles with 2.7 seconds to go. So a near disaster. They sneak the timeout in. We'll have just enough time here to try and draw something up and get a shot here at the buzzer.
Got a little chippy, too. I think Goodell was, you're going to dive for the ball if it's on the floor, and when you do, there's going to be contact. That's one of the things that'll lead to a lot of, I'll say, altercations on a basketball floor. It was when there's a loose ball on the floor. But give McCarroll credit for, again, diving on the ball, immediately calling a timeout that Del City had. They're out now, but it doesn't really matter with 2 7/10. And I think they waited a bit too long. They were a bit too deliberate. You want to get the ball, and it gets the trap towards the middle of the floor or to the corner with about 7 seconds. And the problem is crossings can force turnovers, and that has been something they have done effectively. They haven't scored very well off of them, but they have forced turnovers. And Del City has not been ready for that at times.
Right.
Now, and so you don't want overtime with Michael Graham in foul trouble. So he's going to diagram something here. I believe crossings, they got a foul to give. So you probably, if you're Del City, you want to think catch and shoot or a catch close to the basket where you can dribble and maybe get a quick shot off to avoid a foul by crossings, because they have to know that. Michael Graham, by the way, is going to throw it in, so there may also be a look for him to cut after the inbounds pass towards the ball.
Graham gets into Johnson, gives it right back to Graham in the corner for the win! And he missed it, and we are playing overtime at the LNC. Why not? We're here all day anyway. Might as well go along on the first game of the day. Timeout, we'll take it to and be back for overtime here in this first game of the day, the 5A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
All right, back to the LNC. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray. Get you set for overtime here. Me and you were set for 192 minutes of basketball today. What's four more? What's four more going to do?
What's it going to do to your voice? That's the question.
We're getting off to a hot start here. As we head to overtime, our overtime sponsor is Super Subs.
Yeah, they're instant replay sponsor, but we can't show instant replay, so it only makes sense for bonus basketball that they're our bonus sponsor here.
Super Subs has chicken Phillies. Try the deluxe, the buffalo, the barbecue chicken. Try them all at Super Subs. Del City wins the tip. They're going the same direction they were at the end of regulation, right to left from our vantage point here courtside. As it'll be McCarroll with the basketball. Bounce pass to Michael Graham. Open three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Parker. And that's the 9th rebound for Parker. So him and Woodson continue to pile up the boards. And the Knights have it back. Alley-oop attempt from Parker to Woodson. Can't finish it. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crossings.
The points in the paint they've missed. I mean, if Crossings wins this game, I could see them playing a lot better the next game. They'll feel like they've had a lot of gimmies they haven't been able to take advantage of.
Reminder, the winner here, we'll see the winner of Edison Prep and Booker T. Washington in the semifinals tomorrow. Mishon Graham had his pocket pick stolen by Furnish. Start the break for the Knights. Cal Furnish all the way to the rim. Right-hand shot. Can't get the roll in. Parker the putback. Knights lead.
Again, you put the ball on the floor anywhere in the paint, you have to be careful, and Furnish is as quick as anyone to get in that steal, and Del City just isn't ready for that. That was Mishon Graham with the turnover there.
Rebound number 10 for Parker, his biggest of the day. 3-ball for the Eagles, left off the front of the rim by Thurston. Rebound Woodson. That's his 11th, and the Knights have it back up by 2, 2:40 left in the overtime. And a foul here by McCarroll reaching in on Krotz. That's going to be free throws coming up here for Evan Krotz.
And Crossings has fouls to give still.
Yeah, multiple. 2 to give. So Krotz will go to the Toonie Buys House's Cherry Stripe with an opportunity to make this a 2-score game with only 2:37 to go. First one will roll home. Got the friendly roll.
And Del City has only one timeout. Crossings has 4, so a lot going for Crossings' direction besides the scoreboard right now.
Second one also good. Clutch free throws by the senior Evan Krotz, and the Knights lead it by 4. Thurston crosses half court for the Eagles, who need a bucket in the worst way right now. Left side to Mishon Graham. In the corner to Michael Graham. Gives it back. Out toward the top, right side to Thurston. Thurston skips it over to Graham, gives it right back. Thurston over to Graham. Graham bounce pass to McCarroll in the corner. Ends up with Thurston again. He kicks out to Michael Graham. Pump fake a 3, step back, 3-ball, Clackums. Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-ball and a big one for Michael Graham. Makes it a 1-point game.
He has not had a good second half, but you can't keep him down forever. If I'm Del City, I don't foul right now on purpose. That's kind of what McCarroll did their last possession. You don't need to yet.
38-37. Furnish gives it over to Parker to the rim and a finish. Great pass by Furnish. Set that up. Parker the strong finish. Knights ahead by 3.
Sticking with that zone against defending a 3-point lead. Del City is not to force one here. They should not try to force a 3. Make sure it's in rhythm if they're going to shoot one.
Graham right side, Thurston. Goes back to Graham. 1:18 to go. Michael Graham to Thurston in the corner to Mishon Graham. Bounce pass underneath to McCarroll. Turnaround shot from McCarroll. Got it.
Oh.
Soft touch by McCarroll on the turnaround J, and it's a 1-point game again.
He's pretty good at those. He's got a soft touch around the basket. We've been seeing that the last 2 games. Now can Del City get a stop?
Final minute of the first overtime. Who knows how long we'll go in this war of a game to open up the 5A state tournament. Krotz getting around Mishon Graham. Now he'll back it out. 45 seconds to go. Graham is hounding him. Now he'll get around him again. Picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to Furnish. Knight trying to figure out where they want to go here. Furnish, hit and foul. Mishon Graham came across and bumped him, and Furnish is going to get 2 free throws here with 35.6 to go.
That's what you got to do if you're not going to trap, and Del City did not trap.
First one for Furnish. Got it. 2-point lead again. And now a huge second one here. They're trying to make it a 3-point game. Got it. 42-39. Do the Eagles shoot a 3 here, or do they play the long game and go for the 2? 30 seconds to go. Michael Graham surveying the floor. Going to his left. Gives up to Mishon Graham. Gives it back to Michael. 20 seconds. Eagles working that clock. They might want to shoot it soon. Mishon gives up to Johnson. 12 seconds. Get to fire a three soon. Graham to his left, and he's fouled intentionally.
On the floor. It's
Crossing
good.
still has 2 to give. So
good
that's
strategy.
Yeah.
It's where you might want to consider a pump fake here, but
Yeah.
you don't have time now. You gotta shoot. quickly.
Inbound to Thurston, gives it back. Only 8 seconds, got to get one up. Graham will pull up for the tie. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound, kick out McCarroll for the tie. Left is short. Parker the rebound, and the defending champs have been officially dethroned. The Knights win it 42-39. A couple of decent looks there at the buzzer, but they couldn't get it to drop, and Crossings hangs on in overtime, 42-39.
Wow, what a game. Tough for Del City because they had their chance at the end of regulation. I think the difference was what Crossings was able to do well throughout the game is get in Del City's face on defense and force some turnovers. Also, the Michael Graham stretch where he was in foul trouble were also very big. Again, when you consider how Del City had to rebuild from last year, this is an unbelievable season they had. And they had their chances in this one. I think Crossings being able to score in transition more than Del City is a big part of the difference. And Crossings started to make their free throws.
Cal Furnish didn't feel like he played especially as well as we know he can today. He ends up with 16 points, leading the way for the Knights, who move on to the semifinals. This Crossings team, second time I've got to see them, they are just tough. You got to beat them. They're not going to really give it to you. You got to beat them. And they found a way to just kind of be a little bit better when it mattered the most at the end.
And they didn't shoot well.
Yeah.
Their free throws we talked about, you noticed them in the first half, but they ended up finishing 14 of 18. Much so great in the second half. I don't know if they missed one in the second half. 2 of 14 from three-point. That's tough. But Del City stopped making their threes as well. It's interesting they did not use Amari Sanders any in the second half, even though Crossings went zone. And neither team shot well, 14 of 37 for Del City. Free throws, Crossings got to the free throw line more. That's a byproduct of their size, but also the way they attack. And just played a smarter game down the stretch for them. And we want to mention, though, our player of the game will be a Del City player of the game. And that's going to be, in my opinion, it's not based on stats, it's how he played towards it. Deshaun McCarroll, I thought, played an all-around really good game. He only had 6 points, but, he made big defensive plays as well as his scoring was very timely. So that's our
Eastside Church of Christ player of the game. The Eastside Church of Christ in Midwest City believes in loving Jesus by loving their neighbors. We invite you to join them Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for Bible class with song and praise beginning at 10 a.m. If you can't make it Sunday mornings, you're invited to study with them at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. Check out their live and recorded streams on YouTube and find more information on their website at eastsidechurchofchrist.info. The Eastside Church of Christ at 916 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. So there you have it. Obviously an incredible season for Del City. That team that won the title last year lost everybody, basically, their entire starting five and their sixth man. Again, when we left last year, we thought, not they definitely wouldn't be here, but it was going to be tough with everybody they had to replace. An incredible season to get back to this point. They come up just short of getting back to the semifinals. So tough way for it to end, but a heck of a season.
Well, we think about Del City next year, Mishon Graham, Tavon Johnson, Deshaun McAllister. As McCarroll, you have the roster. I believe he is a senior, so I think they'll miss him.
Yes.
So, but Michael Graham, great short career at Del City. Great senior years for Kentrell Thurston and Deshaun McCarroll. Demarion Turner, I think, will play big minutes for him next year. So they got some core pieces, and they'll be right back in the mix in 5A. They'll plug in some new ones as well.
And, of course, you have Coach Lenny Hatchett. You're always going to have a shot. One of the best coaches in the state. So there you have it. First game of the day is in the books. It's a great one. Crossings wins it 42-39 in overtime. We'll have a little break. Booker T. Washington and Edison Prep. We're going to be on this game next. We will not have that game for you But we will be back at about noon-ish, approximately.
A little before noon.
Carl Albert and Holland Hall will be back later. The second game of 6 today on OSN. So first game in the books. Crossings wins it 42-39 in overtime. Move on to the semifinals tomorrow. We'll be back at noon for Carl Albert and Holland Hall. We'll see you then. For Jordan Ray, I'm Josh Calloway. Signing off for now. We'll be back soon. The 5A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.